Okay, so things continue to move forward for the upcoming new Friday the 13th movie. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Hannibal co-producer Nick Antosca has been brought on to do a rewrite of the current script and have the film in production in time for its May 13th, 2016 release date. And yes, that's Friday the 13th, the only Friday the 13th in all of 2016. No details on the projects are available, but it's been speculated that this Friday the 13th will be a reimagined origins of Jason and how he acquired his supernatural abilities. Maud, buy or sell Nick Antosca writing Friday the 13th?
I'm going to buy this one big time. Nick is a young gun. This guy's like 32 years of age and he's been putting out books since 2006, so he can definitely write. He's been doing television series for the last few and some big names as well, like Teen Wolf, even though it may not be in the horror genre. It's still like a long-running network series. And then he also co-produced Hannibal. Now, Hannibal was so scary, I couldn't even get past the trailer when I had to interview the cast for them. I was really affected. It's like Law & Order SVU on roids. So for me, I was just like, this is the most thrilling and chilling thing I've ever seen on television. And I cannot believe it even got like a rating and that it could be seen because it's just morbid, but for the horror fans, it is like the best thing on television at the moment. So translate this over to a Jason story. And this guy just keeps coming back. Apparently he can't die.
No. He went to space. Once you go to space, all bets are off.
Yeah, I guess so. And he was a cyborg as well, so it's like, well, that makes sense. I'm not a big fan of horror. It's not really. I think you either absolutely love horror and you eat it for breakfast, or you're like me and I cry watching trailers. But for this one, I buy the fact that it's Nick, and I really believe that he can do a great job with it.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. I'm actually going to buy this, even though I have never watched a single episode of Hannibal.
Ooh,
I know several people who watch it religiously and just swear by that show. And the other reason I'm going to buy it too is that as much as Jason has been run into the ground, no pun intended, Jason is an iconic figure in the world of horror film, like that will stand the test of time. If any character in the world of horror deserves a really good reboot attempt, it's the Jason character. Now, a year ago, I would have said, Michael Bay's Dune Productions is not the company to do it. But then I saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I thought I was going to hate and I thought would suck. And me and Schnepp actually ended up quite liking it. So, you know what? That gives me a little bit of hope. Bring this guy on as a writer, the guy from Hannibal that everybody loves. Sure, for me, it's a buy.
Yeah, anytime you have an iconic horror franchise like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, I'm going to buy that they're trying to do anything with it, particularly when they are going back to the roots and they want to say, okay, look, we know it got really silly when we sent Jason into space and when he took over Manhattan and when him and Freddy had a tangle together.
And there's that one where he took over Def Jam Records and ran the hip-hop industry for a few years. That was
actually a really good producer. I think that I'm excited about that. I think it's cool that they're going to tap into the supernatural element a little bit and just see, okay, why is this guy? He's a terrible swimmer, but apparently he's really good at staying alive after the fact. And I want to go back to Camp Crystal. Like, I want to see, I love the concept of teenagers being scared, and I want to see them running around freaked out by this guy. Now, they remade Friday the 13th not too long ago, and it just fell flat. It's cool to be in a movie theater and hear the
yeah.
It's cool to see that stuff, but the movie just flatlines after that. What I'm kind of selling, though, is that they're releasing it on Friday the 13th.
Oh,
which
come on!
What are you talking about? Really?
That's brilliant. It's one Friday the 13th.
I think eventually that hurts the franchise because it's like, oh no, there's a Friday the 13th, so we got to make a movie and make it come out on that. And did you hear when it's coming out? May.
It may be the only right thing they do in this movie is
May
releasing it on Friday
13th, it's going to get murdered by some huge comic book movie. That's the beginning of the summer movie season, and there's not a lot of people. I know, oh, it's Friday the 13th. I guess I got to see Friday the 13th. No, I'm going to see the huge summer movie that I've been looking forward to since last year. So I think it's going to get killed at the box office if it's going up against one of those big movies. I would open it in like January, February, where it doesn't have a lot of competition.
On the 14th.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.